What happens when one of the world's biggest creators decides to become a chocolate mogul? That's what Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, did in early 2022 when he launched Feastables. He didn't just slap his name on a candy bar now. He built an ecosystem. He turned marketing into performance art.
The best tasting chocolate ever made by mankind. Also known as our brand new Feastable bar. This is the best tasting chocolate on earth.
A golden ticket contest straight out of Willy Wonka. A campaign of pick your enemy, not just Hershey's but mediocrity. You teased, doesn't everything taste better than Hershey's? That's the marketing meetup and clever inventory tactics. For example, when almond chocolate underperformed, Feastables used after-sales post-purchase flows to rebalance demand instantly. So they're targeting. They're tying up with marketing technologies. It's much more than just his own creator brand. Feastables moved fast. It pushed boldness into every fiber. But between boldness and chaos is a narrow line. They're having missteps, ad guideline reviews, product naming controversies, manufacturing shifts, and a whole lot more. But despite all of that, MrBeast's fame is undeniable, Feastables as a brand is undeniable, and today we'll talk about that. In this episode, we'll plunge into how Feastables turned a creator's reach into a retail insurgent. Why brand narrative, not shelf space, became their real mode. Now, that seems to be the theme of the season. When founder energy amplifies risk. And how to ride the edge without crashing. Because building a brand these days is no longer invent a logo, it's own an idea. This is The Art of Commerce. My name is Anish. Let's talk about it.
The Art of Commerce is a podcast featuring conversations on creativity and conversions. Hosted by Anish, a data-obsessed creative director, and Jinx, a growth-obsessed CMO. Listen on for actionable insights for the modern marketer.
Yeah, man, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Jinx, this one is really close to my heart because I was back to school in New York City when MrBeast launched his brand, and he's being a phenomenon in himself, right? Like, one of the biggest creators on YouTube.
Right. And I mean, just in entertainment, like there's tons of articles about how he's changed entertainment, right? Like you see now, big networks like that were always like, big produced star budget driven things are like, no, we're going to figure out how MrBeast can, like Amazon's MrBeast going to host the game show. We're going to get this other creator to do this other creator to do that. I mean, he changed the game.
He changed the game. Like, he broke beyond YouTube into all these other platforms, like you said.
Well,
he also broke beyond content into actual tangible products.
Yeah.
And what a choice. Let's start with that. What a choice of a product to launch with. Candy. Who's his biggest target audience? It's kids.
Kids, yeah.
Right? So, right off the bat, great category selection.
Yeah, unbelievable. And he's right. Everything is better than Hershey's. Sorry, Hershey's. I'm from Philly. I'm Pennsylvania. My bad. But to me, the Cadbury, the Cadbury is where it's at. But that's a different story. But so I like the way he went after it, though.
Yeah. This one fascinates me a lot because it was back when I was in college. I was kind of spinning the startup around a similar idea. If you're a creator online, there's only so much ad revenue that you can survive off of. But if you have tangible products which people can touch and feel and consume in real life beyond their screens, that gives you a certain equity and a space in their lives. Right? That was the belief which I was pursuing. And to see MrBeast launch that really validated that.
Yeah.
And it's quite obvious, right? Because brands and celebrity endorsements always go hand in hand the other way around too.
Right.
You spoke about Ryan Reynolds, right? This is a celebrity who's launching his own products because his personal brand makes it stand out.
Yeah.
So for a YouTube creator to launch their own line of candy was sort of a no-brainer.
Right. Well, I mean, you say that in hindsight, but I think there's he had a lot of headwinds against him, right? Like, first of all, like, again, candy, a perishable good. Like, what do you know about manufacturing candy? What do you know about being on the aisles? What do you know about, channel sales? What do you know about, right? A list could go on, right?
Yeah.
Creators are unknown commodities. I mean, and now they're huge, and MrBeast is the reason that we're getting so much press about it. But there's so many headwinds. Like if you unpack it, so in hindsight, it's like of course, but right, but like really, like what? But now, I think you see that, and you do. Like if you think about Hailey Bieber, if you think about Selena Gomez, you think like all of these stars who like, you know, are influencers basically, right? Because they all have Instagram. They're all doing this. Everyone's getting a view into their lives. They're not making money off like acting anymore or whatever. They're making money
Selling
off these,
products,
these
endorsements,
CPGs. And endorsements of their own stuff.
Correct.
Which is wild.
Why sell someone else's goods when you can, own the whole pipeline?
No, exactly.
That's awesome. Have you tried the Feastables chocolates?
No, I have not.
They're so good.
Do you have some?
I wish.
See, I brought him Liquid Death.
It's a good product too. It's not only is it endorsed by a big creator, but it checks all the boxes of being a successful CPG product. The packaging looks good. The name stands out. Feastables, MrBeast. Like it rhymes of sorts.
Yeah.
It's also high quality. I discovered it at the 7-Eleven next to my apartment complex.
That's wild.
So they have also cracked the distribution.
That's wild. Yeah.
So they're checking all the boxes, and you alluded to it. You're a creator. You don't know about distribution. You don't know about building the sales funnel. You don't have to.
Right.
You're bringing experts to do that for you.
Right. Well, especially if you have that much cachet, right?
That's true.
But that'll be seen, right? Like, again, you saw them at 7-Eleven, and that's that. Is that good for the brand or not? Like, we talk about the goods, but the cons, like, if you're at the convenience store counter, like, is that where you want to be, or do you want to be at a Costco? I don't know, right? Like,
let's more about it. Why does it matter about if you're at a convenience store counter?
Yeah, it's just because again, it's like if you're we'll use the Dude Wipes example. I'm sure they have the distribution everywhere, but they really lean into their Walmart and Amazon presence because those are I don't want to say premium destinations, but they hold a certain cachet. When you're sitting on at the 7-Eleven next to the every other candy bar, every other pack of cigarettes, it's like, is that really making your brand stand out? And then there's a certain point where are you keeping the quality on the shelves, right? Because if you're not selling them, I don't know how often the 7-Eleven is switching up the inventory. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the convenience store brand rubbing off on your perception.
Yeah, right, exactly. So again, you're gonna get distribution. You got to Anish, right? He was there. He needed it. Boom, he liked it. But that's a risk you run when you don't own your own channel. So it'd be interesting to see how he pivots it, how he optimizes it. But I mean, again, not many people can go from being a YouTube creator to then running their own CPG brand, and particularly in such a niche category as candy, and be successful at it. So kudos,
what you said about, is it the right choice to be distributor at a convenience store makes me think about something we spoke about at the start of, in one of our episodes, earlier episodes, is when do you decide to fit in versus when do you decide to stand out, right?
Yeah.
I think if you are a new candy brand, you want to be where candy is usually found.
Yeah.
And if it is a convenience store shelf, that's one way to get in, and that's just, building a brand by association. You're not a niche category, or you will only be found in the airport lobby or at a niche dispensary or a vending machine in a mall. You are where all candy is. And if the packaging stands out and if you're seeing enough videos on YouTube, as soon as you see that logo, a bulb goes off and you're like, let me try this.
Right. Or to the point, there are many people that probably don't even know that he has a candy, but they've seen MrBeast now because he's got the Amazon thing. Now they go and they see his picture on a candy bar or whatever, and they're, I'm going to get it, right? So, you make a great point, which is, sometimes you want to fish where the fish are.
Yes.
Right? And
reduce that friction.
And reduce that friction. And the question is, though, long term, right? Like, if he has enough cachet, et cetera, does he need to be in there? Or can he get more premium placement in the 7-Eleven because he's, he can actually drive some volume for them and drive some revenue for them.
But is premium always good, though? Especially if you're in such a mass category as candy. And it's going to be October in a few days now.
Yeah.
It's the season where, most candy bars, candy companies make or break their budget for the whole year.
Right.
Is placement such an important thing if you're not even Hershey's? What's the premium chocolate brand?
Cadbury, baby.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Give me that dairy milk all day long. But if you are in the mass category, you are very,
Yeah, but there's a distinction, right? Like, so again, you want to be on the end cap, no matter if it's a 7-Eleven or a Walmart or a Nordstrom's, or maybe Nordstrom's is a bad one, but you want to be on the end cap, like in retail. So, but the way you get there is because you either pay, right? And that's one piece. But if you are driving enough revenue for the store, meaning people will come in, they'll buy it, they'll make they'll give the margin to the retailer, then it behooves them to put you in the end cap. And that's sort of even like the dude wipe example, right? Like there's enough people coming in that, yeah, I'm sure they're paying for end cap space, but they're able to use their leverage as their brand to get that and maybe hopefully not pay the full boat of that. Right. And that's the question really for MrBeast, right? Like, because it's like, this is an interesting one for me because I'm maybe on the more skeptical side of the fact of like, is this sustainable, in his category? Like when you think about the analogies of like the Hailey Bieber that just sold her brand Elf and all this stuff, like it fits who she is. I mean, fits her demographic. And yes, she of course has retail partners, but those retail partners would be the Sephoras of the world, et cetera. When you're kind of going outside of your core, now to your point, hitting your demographic, but going outside of your core, it gets tough, and like you said, you can get all the consultants you want and all that, but at the end of the day, those consultants may not have your best interest in mind.
That's true.
They might just be trying to optimize, for what their
product line,
or optimize for what their expertise is, right?
That's true.
That's
true.
So again, I think it's awesome that he did it. I think it seems to be successful and all this stuff. But like you think about the long term impact, and you think about, is he going to change his playbook to be so he can own more of the delivery, the experience, et cetera, versus being another candy bar on the shelf of 7-Eleven. Now, in the short term, to your point, it's damn good because you wouldn't have found him otherwise.
That's true. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I wasn't a MrBeast video consumer. I was aware of him because of him being so big in the YouTube space. But if I hadn't found that candy bar in the 7-Eleven, I wouldn't have given it a shot. But guys, this is not the first product he's launched.
Oh, it's not.
He launched a burger brand, MrBeast Burger, sold out in the first 24 or 12 hours of launching. Again, what I like the most about this guy is, yes, he knows how to brand and sell, products or, bring product ideas to life. The products are damn good. The burgers were some of the best I had. And I had that in New York City again.
Was it a pop-up or was it like via
I think it was a cloud
Arby's?
kitchen. It was a cloud kitchen.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, really good quality stuff. So it's interesting how and I'm sure he must have done other products too.
Yeah.
But food and his category seems like...
That's what it seems to be there.
That's what it seems to be. I mean, it makes sense. You consume content, you consume food. If it gives you a good...
Look, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't... I said in this conversation, I'm a skeptic. Anish is the optimist, whatever. But I'm not betting against MrBeast, man. Oh, geez. Because again, if this doesn't work, he'll figure out something that does. But it's just fascinating. This whole episode and this whole conversation gets me thinking about the category extension. Gets me thinking about influencers as producers now, right? Whether it's the Hailey Biebers of the world, or Selena Gomez, or MrBeast, right? Like we used to think about vertically integrating things, which means you own the supply chain and you own things, but like now it's even more than that because it's like you own the content to sales integration, right? Like I make the content I'm posting on Instagram, it's hitting my audience, I'm talking about my product. Damn, I can sell it.
That's why we started this podcast. But
yeah, that's right. So we're looking for sponsors.
This is nothing new though. Tim Glomb in a previous episode spoke about how Bam Margera's sunglasses and skateboards used to skyrocket every time they featured in the MTV content.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, so MrBeast is also following a similar playbook.
Oh, 100%.
But unlike Bam, or unlike Hailey Bieber, or any of these other celebrities, he's setting something which is not his core.
Yeah, that's the
core competency.
That's the real question, and that's
he's not a food influencer or a YouTube chef.
No,
he's an entertainment guy. He's a game show host of sorts.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's just fascinating, quite frankly.
Fascinating, yeah.
We'll see what the future holds. But again, I wouldn't bet on him again. I wouldn't bet against him because he's got the audience to do what he wants.
That's true.
And if he takes a misstep here, similar to even like we talked about the Dude Wipe guys of extending the product line, they quickly pivoted and got right back on the right track. So again, I'm just fascinated by what influencer and content creator culture is doing and how it's changing not only the media landscape, but also the product, the CPG landscape, and as we've seen.
This content creation and the creator economy was so huge. It still is huge, But what do you think? Where do you think this is going in times when you can create an AI influencer and amass thousands of followers by crafting a story, picking a personality, and just zeroing in on it? Because think about MrBeast.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw him in person? How do you know he's real? I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
We know
like
he's
you
real,
only
right? Yeah.
consume him through your screens.
No, exactly. No, I mean, it's funny. It took me a long time to actually figure out who he was, you know,
Yeah.
actually. And he doesn't look like the way I thought he would. But I'll just put that out there. But no, it's interesting because, you know, like we talked about in some of the earlier episodes, like you have these like AI influencers at Wimbledon and doing all this stuff and getting tons of followers. You're right. And it's a little scary to think it's not that far of a leap to them putting out a product. Because how do you know?
Because at the end of it, it's just like Liquid Death, which is you have a story, you have a strong story and narrative. And instead of a gang shaped like a beer, you know, you just have a human being which is still talking to you through your screens.
I think the difference, and again, maybe I'm old school and we'll see how it plays out, but I do think, like, even with these AI influencers, now people realize they're AI influencers, like, you look at the comments, like, this is AI, WTF, blah, blah, blah. Like, so I feel like when you push from that realm of AI influencer into physical real life products, that authenticity gap and the fact of like, you're really not real. So how could your product be real? Will be exposed.
But think about all the go to Times Square or go to your airport or any outdoor hoarding billboard that you see. You don't recognize the model.
But you're not buying whatever Revlon because you recognize the model. You're buying it because of a product set. I mean, I don't buy Revlon, but like, you're buying it because of a product. I'm just using because you said model, but you're using a based on a product set, a thing you felt, the authenticity of the brand has given you over time. Right,
so the brand can still be real, but the celebrity, like the endorser, doesn't have to be real. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my distinction is the creation. Like, I don't know that an AI influencer can do a can. Maybe they can. I could be proved wrong. I don't think it could be sustainable for an AI generated influencer to create their own candy bar. I don't think it's sustainable. I think people will say, "What WTF? This is a fake person, and they're trying to sell me a real product." I don't want that, right? If the story is fake, I don't buy into it. That being said, yeah, sure, you could use AI to create a person to sell your stuff. I mean, we've seen the good and the bad of that, right?
Yeah.
You know, these guys, these fake doctors on Instagram trying to sell you.
They talk.
Yeah, they talk, right? So no. So if that's the question, then absolutely, the more and more of these fake AI influencers are going to be hawking stuff, and especially as, you know, it gets less evident what's AI and what's not. But I do believe, though, that from a product creation perspective,
the product has to be real.
That will fall flat.
Has to be good.
Well, that, and then to your point about a story, like the story has to be real.
Correct.
Which is in AI, it's not real. So
that's true. I mean, one of someone in the marketing space recently reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, Red Bull makes these awesome videos, you know, where they perform these very real stunts. Can you get AI to do that?" I said, "Yes, but the beauty of Red Bull is it's real people doing those mind-blowing stunts. Right? That's what makes it so cool. When you use AI to do that, it's not going to work.
No.
You know?
No.
So maybe there's something in there to explore. But
yeah, there's an authenticity angle here, right?
Right.
And maybe in a future episode, we should be talking about AI and authenticity because, you know, look, I could be wrong and I could be overestimating what I believe the consumer sentiment would be. But I do believe that AI is great for storytelling and creating assets, for lack of a better term, off really good storytelling. But I don't think, again, AI has the taste, the authenticity, or any of that to be like, yes, now I want to buy a product because this random AI influencer has told me they created it, right? You know what I mean? And so anyway, there's something though that to be explored around authenticity. And we said that over and over again in these last several episodes, and how you create your moat with authenticity. And then does AI detract for that or add to that? Or, you know, there's a lot to unpack there.
It's a fascinating time to be alive and to be in the space, and we shall see how this goes.
And eating candy, apparently.
And eating candy. Right, so as soon as we wrap this up, I'm going to pick up some MrBeast Feastables. They have a really good peanut candy, which I like.
All right, well, I need some now.
We'll get you some. Right. Hey, food for thought. If the art of commerce had some original products that we were selling, not merch, beyond merch.
Beyond merch.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I'm a
what
merch
would
guy.
it be?
What would it be? Maybe an AI creative studio, maybe.
Hey, that's a good plug. Yes, maybe an AI creative studio. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is the Art of Commerce. We spoke about MrBeast, Feastables, AI creative, and so much more. Thanks for tuning in. Like this episode. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment and rate our Spotify episode so we know you guys are listening to it.
Yeah.
Give us some interactions.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you in the next one.
See you later.
See ya.
This is The Art of Commerce, featuring conversations on creativity and conversions. If you found value in today's episode, follow the show, leave a review, and stay tuned for more insights for the minds reshaping modern marketing.